The weight of tradition marriage in Nigerian society. Marriage in Nigeria is more than just a union between two individuals. It is a deeply rooted cultural institution that carries immense significance. The traditions and customs surrounding marriage are rich and varied, reflecting the diverse ethnic groups and cultures within the country. For generations, marriage has held a sacred place in Nigerian society. Elders often impart wisdom and guidance to the younger generations, emphasizing the importance of maintaining cultural heritage and upholding family values. These teachings are passed down through stories, proverbs, and personal experiences, ensuring that the essence of marriage remains intact. It is seen as a rite of passage, a mark of adulthood and a cornerstone of the community. The act of exchanging vows is not just a personal commitment, but a public declaration of one's readiness to take on the responsibilities of married life. This moment is often accompanied by elaborate rituals and ceremonies that symbolize the couple's transition into a new phase of life. Families often play a significant role in the process, with marriages sometimes arranged to strengthen kinship ties or enhance social standing. The involvement of family members in marriage arrangements is a testament to the communal nature of Nigerian society. Parents and elders meticulously plan and negotiate the terms of the union, ensuring that it aligns with the family's values and aspirations. The union of two individuals is celebrated with colorful ceremonies and joyous festivities, reflecting the deep cultural significance attached to this lifelong commitment. Traditional dances, music and attire are integral parts of the celebration, creating an atmosphere of joy and unity. These festivities are not just for the couple, but for the entire community as they come together to witness and bless the union. Marriage, in the traditional Nigerian context, is not merely about the couple, but about the merging of families and legacies. The joining of two families is seen as a way to preserve and continue the lineage, with each family bringing its unique heritage and traditions to the union. This merging of legacies is celebrated and honored, ensuring that the cultural richness of both families is maintained. However, the landscape of marriage in Nigeria is undergoing a transformation, particularly among millennials. This generation is more exposed to global influences and is increasingly questioning traditional norms. They seek to balance respect for cultural heritage with the desire for personal fulfillment and autonomy in their relationships. This generation, born between the early 1980s and the mid-1990s, is challenging long-held norms and redefining the concept of matrimony in contemporary Nigeria. They are incorporating modern elements into traditional ceremonies, creating a unique blend that reflects their dual identity. This fusion of old and new is evident in the way they celebrate their unions, with a mix of traditional rituals and contemporary practices. With increasing access to education, exposure to global trends, and evolving economic realities, millennials are approaching marriage with a more individualistic and pragmatic perspective. They prioritize compatibility, mutual respect, and shared goals over traditional expectations. This shift is also influenced by the changing economic landscape, where both partners often contribute financially to the household, leading to a more egalitarian approach to marriage. This shift in mindset has led to new trends in relationships and marriage, marking a departure from the traditional paths tread by previous generations. Millennials are more open to cohabitation before marriage, long-term partnerships without formal ceremonies, and even choosing to remain single. These new approaches reflect a broader acceptance of diverse relationship models and a move towards personal choice and freedom in matters of the heart. A new trend, millennials and the rise in separation and divorce. This phenomenon is not just a fleeting occurrence, but a significant shift in societal norms and personal values. One of the most noticeable changes is the rising rate of separations and divorces among millennials. This generation, often characterized by their progressive views and desire for personal fulfillment, is redefining what it means to be in a committed relationship. While statistics on this trend are still emerging in the Nigerian context, anecdotal evidence and social observations suggest a growing acceptance of ending unhappy marriages. This acceptance is a stark contrast to previous generations, where staying in a marriage, regardless of personal happiness, was often seen as a duty. This shift challenges the traditional stigma associated with divorce, which often brought shame and societal disapproval. Millennials are breaking free from these outdated notions, understanding that personal well-being and mental health are paramount. Millennials, it seems, are less inclined to stay in marriages that no longer serve them, prioritizing personal happiness and fulfillment over societal expectations. They are more willing to confront the reality of their relationships and make difficult decisions for the sake of their future well-being. This trend can be attributed to several factors. One significant factor is the changing perception of marriage itself. For many millennials, marriage is no longer seen as a lifelong commitment that must be upheld at all costs. Millennials are more likely to marry for love and personal compatibility rather than solely for societal or familial obligations. This shift towards marrying for love means that when the love fades or compatibility issues arise, they are more open to the idea of separation. This emphasis on individual choice and emotional connection means that they are less likely to remain in loveless or incompatible marriages. They value open communication and emotional honesty, and when these elements are missing, they are more likely to seek a way out. Moreover, the economic empowerment of women, with more females entering the workforce and achieving financial independence, has provided them with the means to leave unhappy marriages without being financially dependent on their spouses. This financial independence has given women the confidence to make decisions that prioritize their happiness and well-being. Additionally, the rise of social media and the internet has played a role in this trend. Millennials have access to a wealth of information and support networks that previous generations did not. They can easily find resources on relationship counseling, legal advice, and personal stories of others who have gone through similar experiences. This connectivity has allowed millennials to feel less isolated in their decisions and more empowered to take control of their lives. They are more likely to seek out and find communities that support their choices, whether it be staying in a marriage or choosing to separate. Furthermore, the changing dynamics of family structures have also influenced this trend. Millennials are more open to non-traditional family setups such as co-parenting arrangements and blended families. They understand that a family can still thrive even if the parents are not together. In conclusion, the rise in separation and divorce among millennials is a multifaceted trend driven by changing societal norms, economic factors, and the desire for personal fulfillment. This generation is challenging the traditional notions of marriage and paving the way for a more open and honest approach to relationships. As we continue to observe this trend, it is essential to understand the underlying reasons and support individuals in their pursuit of happiness and well-being. The rise in separation and divorce among millennials is not just a statistic, but a reflection of a broader cultural shift towards prioritizing personal fulfillment and emotional health. Redefining commitment long-term relationships before the plunge. In today's world, the concept of commitment is evolving, especially among younger generations. Another significant shift is the increasing prevalence of long-term relationships before marriage. This trend is becoming more common as couples seek to build a solid foundation before making a lifelong commitment. Millennials are choosing to invest time in getting to know their partners deeply, cohabitating, and building a strong foundation before tying the knot. They believe that understanding each other on a deeper level is crucial for a successful marriage. This approach allows them to assess compatibility, understand each other's values, and navigate potential challenges in a less formal setting. By discussing their goals, dreams, and expectations, they can ensure they are on the same page. This contrasts with previous generations where courtship periods were often shorter and couples entered marriage with less premarital experience of living together. In the past, the focus was more on the formalities of marriage rather than the practicalities of daily life together. This trend reflects a more cautious approach to marriage, emphasizing the importance of making informed decisions about lifelong partnerships. Couples today are more aware of the complexities of marriage and want to ensure they are fully prepared. Millennials are witnessing the complexities of marriage firsthand, observing the challenges faced by their parents and older relatives. They have seen the impact of divorce and marital strife, which has influenced their approach to relationships. This exposure has instilled in them a sense of realism, prompting them to prioritize emotional preparedness and relationship stability before making the formal commitment. They understand that a strong emotional foundation is key to a lasting marriage. Many couples are also engaging in premarital counseling to address potential issues and strengthen their relationship. This proactive approach helps them build communication skills and resolve conflicts effectively. Additionally, couples are spending more time participating in joint activities and hobbies, which helps them bond and create shared experiences. These activities foster a sense of teamwork and partnership. Planning for the future together, including financial planning and setting long-term goals, is another important aspect of modern relationships. Couples are more likely to discuss their financial expectations and plans before marriage. Celebrating relationship milestones such as anniversaries and achievements helps couples appreciate their journey together and reinforces their commitment. These celebrations serve as reminders of their shared history and future aspirations. Supporting each other through challenges and being there for one another during tough times is crucial. This mutual support strengthens their bond and prepares them for the ups and downs of married life. Ultimately, the goal is to build a relationship that is resilient, loving, and capable of withstanding the test of time. By taking the time to truly understand and support each other, couples can create a strong foundation for a successful marriage. Learning from the past, how upbringing shapes millennials' views on marriage. The experiences of their parents' generation have significantly shaped millennials' perspectives on marriage. Many witness their parents endure challenging or unfulfilling marriages, often marked by societal pressures, financial strain, or a lack of emotional intimacy. These experiences have instilled in them a desire to break free from potentially unhealthy patterns and prioritize their own happiness and fulfillment in their relationships. This generational shift is not about disrespecting tradition, but about adapting it to contemporary realities and modern challenges. Millennials are not rejecting the institution of marriage, they're redefining it. They're striving to create marriages built on mutual respect, shared values, and genuine affection, where both partners feel seen, heard, and truly valued in their union.